Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again with another Market Watch Investments video for you guys tonight. Just wanted to clear some things up. The majority of this channel is a collector's market type / channel. I personally review lightly played and near mint cards all across the board, without exception. There really isn't any kind of wiggle room with that. Lightly played and near mint all across the board is pretty much the standard. I know the majority of so-called collectors, I use that word really loosely. It's really just my way of trying to express what I'm trying to push out, what I'm trying to communicate with you guys. But just kind of a disclaimer for future reference, this channel, I always will and have been and always will be reviewing lightly played and near mint. And when I use the term collectors, it's speculative, I guess, or subjective. Anyway, so today's Market Watch, we're going to be reviewing some Ghost Rares. I love Ghost Rares. Ghost Rares are personally my favorite rarity in all of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And a couple of secret rare promos towards the end. So getting things started, Stardust Dragon. This is, of course, the Ghost Rare dawning from Duelist Genesis. Really amazing set. This was the set, if I believe I have my history correct, that we got our very first Synchro cards. The Synchro monsters were introduced to the extra deck in the game. And, of course, I believe, again, 5D's era. Correct me if I'm wrong. Huge big hitter in 5D's area, as well as Black Rose. And just an all-around amazing card and amazing artwork. And, of course, it's, you know, a juicy Ghost Rare. So we're going to be looking into the market here. It looks like it's about 224 bones starting price for lightly played. That's for unlimited. Pretty much stays in the 200 range all across the board until the first page bottoms out at about 300. Still no first editions on site. Only 3 pages here on the market for TCG Player. We get our first edition at the bottom of the second page for a whopping 802 bones. Pretty incredible. This card, I mean, it goes without saying, it's incredibly, you got the anime, you got the collector's market, you got the kind of silver playable card, kind of not, but just all around amazing nostalgia and just a gem for collector's market, undoubtedly, and probably the most infamous synchro card of the game, honestly. Definitely well known. And then it bottoms out to about $2,000 at the end of the market here. You got about 1,200, 1,300, and then about $2,000 towards the end for those near mint first editions. So incredible. This card just goes up and up and up. Next is going to be Shooting Star Dragon out of Star Strike Blast. Of course, this is the amazing Ghost Rare. I believe we have an Ultimate Rare, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, this being the highest rarity as Ghost Rare. Really great. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Star Strike Blast was one of those abnormal sets that only had first edition prints. I don't think they had a special edition product run. So you'll see that all of these are first edition. So pretty interesting history on that. Lightly played first editions are starting at 220 bones. It kind of just trickles up after that towards around 250. There's 3 pages here on the market. And this has really cool artwork too. Obviously, it's not as popular as Stardust Dragon, but a really cool Ghost Rare. I personally have 2 or 3 of these first edition Ghosts, if I'm not mistaken. Picked them up relatively affordably in Osaka, Japan when I used to live over there. It was really cool. Nice trip. Black Rose Dragon is going to be next, of course, from the infamous Crossroads of Chaos. This and the Duelist Genesis, really just all really great. Probably some of the best sets in 5D. It was kind of an interesting time. I came back in the game roughly around 2011, so it's, neither here nor there, but just a really great card, amazing artwork, anime history, and this is still a very playable card. This blows up the field. This is a really great card. Of course, we got secret rares, got ultimate rares, but of course, this being the best rarity, highest rarity as the Ghost Rare. Starting price is going to be $165 for unlimited lightly playeds. There's 2 pages on the market here for TCG Player, and jumps quickly down to about 200 bones towards the end of the first page. We get our first editions on the second and last page for 700 bones. and then it bottoms out at about 1200 at the very bottom here. So it's just interesting. There's a lightly played that's about 250 bones more than this near mint first edition, however that works out. Kind of interesting. Next is going to be Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I love the artwork in this card, and the majority of these I picked specifically. If you guys have been watching my videos, I don't necessarily only pick cards, and the majority of cards I don't even pick aren't real to showcase in these market watches. Is not even really playable cards. It's more so for the aesthetics, the rarity, the age, the set, the history behind the set, and the card art. And there's just a lot of different aspects that goes into the reasoning and justifications of why I choose the cards that I choose to showcase. Galaxy Eyes, I mean, Galaxy is a pretty fun deck. There is not a lot of players that play the deck, but there's, you know, they're out there, and it's got pretty cool mechanics. And this card, you know, this is like one of the main cards, and it looks really great, especially in Ghost Rare. I want to say we have an Ultimate Rare too, which would be kind of curious to see what that price point is. But of course, this is the Ghost Rare dawning from Photon Shockwave. Really great set. This is the set that we got Secret Rare Rescue Rabbit, which looks just beautiful. That card's rarity looks like cotton candy on acid. It's pretty great. So starting price here is about 95, roughly under 95 for lightly played unlimiteds here, and quickly goes up to about 100 bones. We have our first edition here for 111, and then there's actually 4 pages on the market here, so there's actually a pretty good amount on the market. Really great artwork. I love the artwork a lot. Can't say that enough. Ancient Fairy Dragon is going to be next. I believe this is banned. Did this come unbanned? Did it get lifted off the list? I can't remember, but this was banned for a while. I'm pretty sure it's still banned. It looks amazing in Ghost Rare. I mean, a lot of these cards look amazing. Again, this looks great. It's really great, and it's a really cool card. It's got a couple different effects. Ancient Prophecy is really up there in age too. So starting market price here is going to be about 65 for unlimited lightly playeds. Trickles up to about 100, and there is 3 pages here on the market. The first edition that we get here is a whopping 485 bones for a lightly played first edition. Pretty incredible on Ancient Fairy. Next is going to be Honest. I'm an Advent Satellar Knight player. I love Satellar Knights a lot. I love Light Sworns a lot. There's a lot of light decks that I like. Dark and light are probably my favorite attributes. I really love light and deck engine decks, and Honest is really cool. It's a really badass angel that can be a hand trap, and it can compulse itself back to its hand, and it's a light, and it's a level 4, and it's a fairy, and it's pretty cool. It's good stuff. And this is about 75 bones here for the starting market price here for lightly played, and goes all the way up to 120 towards the bottom of the page of the first. There's 3 pages here. We get our first editions on the second page, and the first edition is 100. Well, actually, there's an Italian one here for 124. Pretty nice lightly played Italian. I'm sure it looks really nice. Really like European print cards. And then the first English card, the first edition that we have, is 167. Pretty incredible. 3 pages on that as well. A lot of these seem to have 3 pages. Kind of seems to be a trend. The Ghost Rares are like trickling around three pages on the market, at least here for this platform on TCG. Number 92, Heart Earth Dragon. This artwork is really great too. Probably one of the better artworks, honestly. I mean, it just looks really great. And Ghosts, XYZ Ghosts look really great. My all-time favorite Ghost XYZ is actually going to be Leviathan Dragon, which I'm going to showcase here in a minute, and I'll kind of explain the reasoning behind that. But this is dawning from Cosmo Blazer, and actually a really cool card. You can bust this out, you know, 3 level 9s. I'm sure it's doable, especially nowadays, and it's got a killer effect, amazing artwork, and again, it's just a really great Ghost Rare. Starting market price for Unlimiteds is about 70 plus bones. Quickly jumps up to about 80. First editions that we get here for lightly played is going to be 90 bones. 3 pages. Once again, the infamous 3 pages for that. Next is going to be Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Cross Souls. So here's my spiel about Cross Souls. Cross Souls, until the Ghost Rare version of the Winged Dragon of Ra. That was the first Ghost card that was produced here in the TCG post this set, Cross Souls, this core booster set. That being said, I believe that Cross Souls is a really special set in that it has really great history ties, because it was the last core booster set, the last TCG product that Konami produced that gave us Ghost Rare prints in the TCG. And now they're starting them up again, where soon enough we'll have Ghosts from the Past, which is going to be interesting. I'm really curious what prints they're going to choose in that set, and if they're going to do uncensored artwork, like if they do like Ghost Dark Magician Girl like they did in the OCG in Japan, which looks amazing. It's the OG artwork and it's uncensored, and it looks, of course it's uncensored, and it's OCG, and it's great. It's really great. I'm really quite fascinated, and I'm really blended in with the OCG market because, again, I lived in Japan for 2 years, picked up a lot of OCG stuff, and initially a lot of some of the things I invested in dropped pretty heavily when the Lost Art promotion came out, but there's still a lot out there that Konami has not reproduced here in the TCG, and I'm just really curious to see where they go with it. And I don't know, I think that'll be really cool. I think it'd be awesome. Definitely Dark Magician Girl, Ghost Rare is definitely well deserving here in the TCG. I'm just really curious if they're going to censor it, give it the censorship or not. Anyway, so that's Cross Souls, clear with Synchro Dragon. We have Ultimate Rares and Secret Rares, which look really nice too. For the Ghost Rare here, lightly played unlimited is about 43, and the first edition is for lightly played is going to be around 60 bones. And there's a little bit more market on here, 5 pages for Clear Wing. Alright, so next is going to be number 17, Leviathan Dragon, dawning from Generation Force. Now, here is my bit about Generation Force. So, Generation Force, really great history ties, because Generation Force was the first set that dawned XYZs in the game for the extra deck mechanic. Really great. Personally, my favorite extra deck monsters, XYZs. Love the mechanic. I love black is my favorite color. When these cards came out, I was just like so amazed. I think they look so great. I love the black border. It just pops really well, and especially this being a Ghost Rare. And Generation Force is old now. I mean, this set came out like right when I came back into the game after high school, so it was probably like 2011-ish, maybe the summer of 2011. Really old. I mean, we're talking about 9+ years, almost a decade old set now. Insane. And I love the artwork. Now, granted, this card is not really, it's just not really a playable card. No one's really going to tech this in or really run this that I can see of anytime soon. But it's the history behind the set is a transition set, and it's a Ghost Rare, and it's really old, and it's got amazing artwork. You know, a badass blue dragon. I don't normally like blue. Can't really see the blue in the ghost though, so it's fine. It's an XYZ. It's got the black border, so it's good to go. Surprisingly enough, these are actually relatively cheap, and they used to be significantly more cheaper, but you know, the whole craze and the Ghost Rare is just quickly being demolished on the markets as the years have gone on. And the first lightly played is going to be roughly around 32 bones. No first editions on the first page here. We have 5 pages, so a little bit more availability on this one. On the market, trickling up to about 40-ish plus. First editions are going to dawn on the 3rd page for 61 bones for lightly played. There's a 2 of right here, and so yeah, pretty much 61. 61 across the board is going to be the price for the lightly played. So go ahead and find you guys a first edition for you players that are interested in the near mints exclusively, the fancies. There is first edition here for 81. Next is going to be Heroic Champion Excalibur. I personally have a couple Ultimate Rares first edition. I think this card's pretty cool. I actually, a long time ago, used to run this in my 6 Samurai deck, and I really love how big the sword is. I don't know. It like, if the sword is huge, like the sword just comes out so huge in the card artwork. It's like 50% of the card artwork is like his sword, and it's got an interesting angle that Konami chose here. But really great artwork. And again, not really a super impressive effect, but smacking for $4 is it can be pretty devastating depending on the circumstances. Unlimited lightly played is about 24 plus bones. First edition is going to be about 31, and it's pretty much 31 all across the board. 4 pages on the market. This is still really cheap, honestly, for the ghosts. Like, this is the highest rarity, like top peak rarity, and it's it's a picture of a big sword, so why not? Next is going to be Satellar Knight Deltros. Again, I really love Satellar Knights. Trivier is the better one. I mean, that's like the main card. Like, that is the card, that, and of course Deneb. But the extra deck wise, what makes this deck is pretty much bouncing the field back and then ripping a card out of your opponent's hand, which is Trivier, which is, comes ultimate, which is cool. You can get first edition ultimate. Unfortunately, they chose Deltros for the ghost rare, which is, it's alright. People run this. I know I personally run 2 to 3 copies of this in my builds anyway, so really great stuff. Interesting enough, I believe this is one of, if not the most affordable ghost rare in the TCG, so just a heads up on that. Unlimited near mint here for about 24. No first editions on the first page. There's 4 pages here on the market. There is our first edition on the second page for about 29 bones, and that's roughly around 30. It's pretty much all across the board for lightly played first editions. Alright, next is going to be Master Collection Volume 1. There's just something about this set. I'm a big avid fan of collecting tin secret rare promo tins. Tin secret rare promos. Anyway, there is some various sets that I pay particular attention to, and I'm really big into starter decks like Gen 1 through 3, and a lot of like the old school first edition prints and all that, and that's the collectors in me and all that. But there's just something about this, and it's probably because Volume 2 had secret rare Blackluster Soldier. Back in the day, of course, OG BLS came out of Invasion of Chaos, got some first edition ultras looking really nice. And now we actually have at least one other, and the Legendary Collection 3 or 4 done another secret rare print of this, but that was kind of what got me into thinking about this set again. But one, it's very old. It's very, very old, like original, like a long time ago. And White Mexican's an old man. I'm 28 now, so back in the day when I was like a little kid, I was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 or something like that. So we're talking about like 18 years ago. This was a really cool thing, and it came like a golden binder looking thing, and like no one really cared about it. It came with some packs. They were unlimited. It was kind of dumb, but these were really cool, and I really always appreciate, and I still to this day really appreciate these. Obviously, Thousand Eyes Restrict came off the list, got left off the list a while ago. It's roughly around 3-10 bones. Exodia Secret Rare, of course, we got the DDS Prismatic Secret Rare, which was really great. But Relinquished, Dark Necrofear, maybe even Barrel Dragon, maybe, of course, we have the OG prints of these, first edition, which are, collectors and expensive. This was actually the crappy binder it came in. But more specifically, Relinquished, Dark Ruler Hades, or Hades, however you want to say that, and Dark Necrofear. There is also the dual terminal version of Dark Necrofear, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown of this, okay? Personally, I believe this is the best version of Thousand Eyes Restrict. Thousand Eyes Restrict, there's a lot of combos with it, and it looks really badass. It's an old school Pegasus card, really, really cool. And, the only other version that would be more expensive of this would maybe be like some kind of whatever Dark Revelations or PSV Ultra Rares First Edition, which are great. But this is secret rare. The only secret rare print that I believe that we have here on the TCG, and it's a fusion. And fusion cards and secret rare just look gorgeous. I love secret rare in general. Secret rare is my favorite second rarity, and especially for Thousand Eyes Restrict, it's just a really badass card. And this is personally my favorite print. So that's why I like this. Dark Necrofear, of course, has the Labyrinth of Nightmare. Yeah, Labyrinth of Nightmare original print Ultra Rares First Editions, which are, collector's value, expensive, all that. And also has a dual terminal rare version. I don't remember which. Do you think it's dual terminal 2? I can't remember which dual terminal, but one of the dual terminals. Again, I love dual terminals. Huge fan of dual terminals. And that as well. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys really quick, because these are really cheap, specifically for the last couple ones I showed you. And again, not necessarily that Dark Necrofear is playable. I know there was the whole Bakura set, Duelist Bakura, whatever set that came out, and it did support for this or whatever. But one, Dark Necrofear is badass looking. This is honestly one of like the top artwork cards like in the game for me personally. The creepy, broken up, busted, brain busted baby, and like the badass, evil, demonic looking alien with like the spiky, like elite armor. It's really, really cool. Anyway, this card is insanely cheap. This is the only secret rare version that we have here in the TCG. And it's like a bone, pretty much all across the board, plenty in the market. Not really a lot of fat stacks, only 4 pages, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, let's check out the other versions. Again, the DT rare, in my opinion, would specifically be the best, you know, the best investment for your money. Because it's high rarity, it looks great, all that great stuff. Look at all this crazy stuff that we have. This is the secret rare I was showing you guys. Here it is, DT2. It was a DT2. DT2, this is the rare. I think this is the best rarity. I mean, I love the OG prints. You know, they're pretty, you know, unachievable now. They're very expensive for the first edition ultras for good condition. But this is like a bone. It's like a bone. It goes up to roughly around 2. And then again, here's a 7 stack, 3 stack, only 2 pages now. So there used to be pages. There used to be like 10 plus pages of this. I was picking this up all day long under the bone for this and Gravekeeper Spy. This card and Gravekeeper Spy are like one of my top like secrets under the mat for DT stuff. Anyway, so about 2 bones for the DT rare, roughly around $1, $2 for the secret rare, and those are the best versions. Of course, you can go into the Labyrinth of Nightmare original OG Gen 1 ultra rares if you want to. I'm really curious while I'm still here. Let's go ahead and look at the OG print because these are just ungodly ancient and really nice. I mean, they don't look as nice as the DT or the secret, but again, you know, just on history and age alone, they're always going to hold top dollar because they're the original print. Unlimiteds are like nothing. They start to go to like 11 plus when you get to the near mints, and the first edition here on the market for TCG is a whopping 90 bones, and then it bottoms out at 250. So pretty incredible. So that's really all I wanted to say about Dark Necrofear. As far as Relinquish and Dark Rule of Hades, they just have really cool artwork, and there's just, you know, back in the day, Dark Rule of Hades was a pretty playable card. It was a pretty popular card. There's some pretty good history and, you know, player favoritism behind it. It's really now, especially like it's old, so obviously it's not really playable anymore. But being that this is the highest rarity that we have here in the TCG as a secret rare, it's insanely cheap. It's like under a bone here. I don't really know. I think originally it came as an ultra, I believe, from one of the Gen 1 sets. I can't remember. I think it was Legacy of Darkness or something. I can't remember. I'll have to check. But anyway, it's like about roughly around a bone, 2 bones, pretty much all across the board here. 4 pages on the market. And again, this is just an extremely old promo secret rare from a really, really old product. And I really do like the artwork a lot. The artwork's really cool. So that's just kind of what I'm going to say about that. And then Relinquished. So there's kind of a 2-prong attack that you can do with Relinquished. Even beyond this secret rare, I really do like this secret rare a lot. But even going beyond this secret rare promo, I would personally recommend that you guys invest in the Starter Deck Pegasus First Editions exclusively ultra rares from the Gen 1 starter decks, because those are the oldest print. Technically, I can't remember if that starter deck came out before or after Magic Ruler, which of course, you know, had the, you know, core set ultras. But that would be number 1. The MRL ones are, you know, they have been already in the collector's market for a while for the first editions, and they're pretty expensive. But even more so, what people aren't really looking at, which I'll show you guys, is going to be the starter deck ones, and maybe they've increased because it's been a while since I've reviewed the starter deck ones. But here are the secret rares. These are actually like around 3 bones. They're like 3. So they're trying to trickle up. They're around 3, 4 bones, 5 pages. So it's really not like as cheap as it really kind of seemed at first. But again, really cool card, really great rarity, secret rare, awesome stuff. All right, so moving on to the price points for the starter deck Pegasus. Again, just like DT, just like Duelist Saga, I'm a huge fan for Gen 1, 2, and 3 starter decks. Gen 1 being, of course, Yugi, Kaiba, Pegasus, Joey. Gen 2, Yugi, Kaiba, Reloaded. I mean, not Reloaded, Evolution. And then Gen 3, Kaiba, Yugi, Reloaded. First edition is exclusively only the holos. Really great stuff for collectors, and I think they're just going to continue and continue and continue to increase as time goes on. All right, so we reviewed the secret, and let's see here. Dark Beginnings Dawned a super rare. Magic Ruler, here's the original OG one, and there's a Spell Ruler reprint. But I want to talk about this. Starter Deck Pegasus, Gen 1, ladies and gentlemen, Starter Deck Ultra Rares. First editions exclusively. For the longest time, these were like well under $1, and there was abundance of these. It looks like there still is. There's 103 listings. It's a lot. But let's see how many of them are first edition. So 5+ pages on the market here. Really just well under a bone here for... Here's the first edition right here. So here we go. From Ship It. They're, roughly 2 bones for lightly played first edition. I'm telling you guys, this... as well as Graceful Charity. Graceful Charity, the original print super rare first edition Graceful Charities came out of this set, Starter Deck Pegasus. It's a ban card. It's probably going to be banned forever. Not really forever. Advent Belief, White Mexican Theory, everything comes off the list. Just a matter of fact if Konami rats it or not. And this is no excuse. Great. There's just so much I wanted to say. For time purposes, it's already running really late for this video, and I've been trying to cut down my videos, but I just can't because there's just so much stuff that I want to talk about. And I mean, this is it. This is the White Mexican. This is what I do. I make videos, and if they're a little bit longer, if you guys cut out early, that's completely fine. It's just I have a lot to say, so I'm gonna spit it out. All right, so here we have a first edition here for 2 bones, and then there's one roughly here for a little bit over 2 bones. So 2 stack from Premium Games. And let's go ahead and check out, again, 5+ pages, 3rd page. So there is plenty. So there's a couple first editions here that you guys can get that are like two bones a piece. Some are even a little less. And you're starting to like see it kind of disappear. People are starting to slowly pick up on this. I've been talking about this over and over and over. Here's another one for 2 bones. This is a really good pick. Again, this and Graceful Charity, first edition only. So honestly, it's the most affordable investment, and I think it's a really old card, and it's only going to continue to go up in value as time goes on. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so Volume 2, Dawn, Secret Magic, Breaker the Magical Warrior. Of course, we have the Ultra Rare first editions from Magician's Forge, really great Gen 1 set. There also recently, one of the Speed Duel sets, or the latest Speed Duel set, produced a secret rare print of Breaker the Magic Ruler, which I actually got really excited about because this has been only secret rare for the longest time, and it's been relatively expensive, and it's really great. There's so much nostalgia behind this. Cookie Cutter Chaos and just Magician's Force was such a huge set. I call it the pink set. It came in a pink pack, and it was just good nostalgic old set. Let's go ahead and take a look at this because I'm really curious. I want to say the new secret rare that just came out, the Speed Duel version, I think it's like 5-6 bones or something. It's really not that expensive. This one was quite expensive. It was like 15-14 bones, and it looks like it's around 11. It's around 11 now. Post reprint, 3 pages available here on the market. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Speed Duel secret rare reprint that just came out, which is a really killer set. I actually saw a couple of YouTubers talk about that set, and I really agree with them. There's a lot of really awesome secret rares in that set. And if I'm not mistaken, again, I'm not a Speed Duel expert. I don't really know anything about Speed Duels, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was the first set that produced secret rares for Speed Duels. So that's a big deal for Speed Duel players and just in general. Is it going to show up on here? Okay, so there's original Ultras. You have the Gold Series 2008, which are pretty nice. Oh, hold on. Well, there's a common one. Where's the secret one? Let's see. Ultra Rare in Legendary Collection 3. It's really strange. I don't know why it's not showing the secret rare reprint. I thought this was it, the Speed Duel Battle City box. Okay, so this is I'm gonna have to figure this out because unless I'm going crazy, I'm pretty sure that they produced this as a secret rare in this. Battle City, I believe, was the last product that came out for Speed Duels. Alright. Let's switch this up. Let's should always be high to low. I don't really know what's going on with my settings here. Okay, so we got Secret Blue Eyes. And again, this set's just gold. I don't do anything with speed duels, but just because of the secret rares, I tempted to invest in this set, honestly. The secret rare reinforcements, secret rare Blue Eyes. I don't like this artwork though. Secret Dark Paladin, secret Red Eyes. This looks really cool. I think we had Prismatic Secret, which was a game promo, which is quite expensive now. Secret rare Pear Shaft, Buster Blader. I think we already had a tin version now. Secret rare. I already had secret rare Foolish Burial, secret rare Denzo. Yeah, so here it is. Yeah, secret rare Breaker. And it's about 4 bones or so. So anyway, really great set. I would highly recommend. Oh man, I got secret rare Lost Wind. That looks beautiful. Yeah, the secret rares are just gorgeous in this set. Really, really great. So I definitely look at that. All right, so going back to Master Collection Volume 2, it was Breaker, of course, BLS. Secret. Who doesn't want a secret rare BLS? It's at 3 now. It's completely lifted. Really awesome. Classic Cookie Cutter Chaos card. Amazing history. I don't remember what were the other promos. And there's just something about it. Like Master Collection Volume 2, it just sounds cool. I don't know, it just sounds cool to me. There's something about the name and just the time and the game around the time that this came out was just really great, really nostalgic. I don't know why this is taking forever. All right, I'm going to have to come back to this. So moving on to the Dragon Rulers. We got Blaster here. This is, of course, 2 versions. There's the rare version from Lord of Tachyon, something. This is the Secret Rare Tin Promos 2013. Really great stuff. Amazing artwork. This has been banned forever. There's a huge history between this deck and spellbooks and all this crazy stuff. Anyway, so ban list changes every couple months. This is always something that I like investing in because it's a secret rare. Even though it's a tin secret, I don't know why people look down at tin secret rares. Like this is a 13-year-old. This is 7-8-year-old tin. It's not hard enough to get yet, but as time just keeps on going further, you see like the older that tin promos get, their values just tend to increase, just like everything else in the game with age. It's pretty incredible. Anyway, really great stuff. And it's roughly around 3 bones, a little bit more if you factor in shipping, about 3, 4, 5-ish. And there's only 3 pages, and you see here the majority of these are 1 stacks. Here's a 2 stack, here's a 2 stack, but these are all 1 stacks. And then there's only 3 pages here on the market for TCGP. And over again, well, here's a 6 stack here and a whopping 39 stack for 10 bones though for +1 gaming. But there's just, for what this is and how crazy this set was bought and produced, I'm really surprised that there's only 3 pages. So really interesting thing to invest in for all you banned card collectors such as myself. Title's gonna be next. Really great stuff, of course, amazing artwork. And this card's are roughly around 4-ish bones plus 5, more like 5, pretty much 5 across board if you factor in shipping. Same, there's about 3 pages here. There is 3 pages here on the market, and there is a 13 stack here for 6 from core TCG. But other than that, it's slowly starting to sneakily dwindle away on the market, and I really think that these are the cards you guys want to keep your eyes on and get in early. Really great stuff. All right, and the last one, of course, is going to be Red X. This one's extremely more affordable here, roughly around 2-3 bones if you factor in shipping. Probably going to be more, yeah, about 4 pages on the market here, and you got a couple 2-3 stacks here. So anyway, really great stuff. I definitely think you guys should look into all 3 of those. Of course, the wind one, I don't remember what the wind one's called, came out, didn't really make an impact, but that was always kind of like the worst one in my opinion anyway. So, I mean, but Title and Blaster more specifically, when these come off the list, they're definitely going to make a lot more noise, and it's going to be a lot more hype behind these personally, in my personal opinion. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Actually, I'm sorry, I need to go back and do this. Okay, so again, BLS, great, secret rare, went over the Breaker. More specifically for these, for some reason this, the Athenian, the Great Sphinx, this is actually going up. I'm not really sure why. I know there was like a movie pack promo, Ultras or something. Guardian Sphinx, of course, we have the original one from Front Guardian as an ultra rare. And Exotic Necros, this is really good money too. So really quick, I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick review of this. Exotic Necros, of course, you have the original ultra rares from Dark Crisis first edition, which are the OG prints, which are always going for some great money for collector's value. I personally would much rather have this version, even though it is a reprint and it's not a tin, like a special set, whatever you want to call it. It looks gorgeous in Secret Rare. It looks a lot better than the Ultra Rare, personally. I mean, the Ultra Rare is older. It's going to be, harder to get, but this looks better, in my opinion. It's like roughly around 15 bones. Starting price is like around 15 bones. Then it quickly trickles up to like 13. Actually, what? Okay, so I didn't see the shipping here. Anyway, it's like 15 bones. And that quickly trickles up to around 20, 25 plus. Only 2 pages. These are all 1 sec, except for this 3 of. So I guess it's just dwindling on the market. I'm not really sure, but it looks amazing. I love this card's artwork, and it's an old school Secret Rare. And cards that have green in it, that have Secret Rare, for some reason look really good. I don't really know why. Like purple, black, green, just look really great in Secret Rare and Ultimate Rare, and just in general. The print comes out really nice. Alright, and the last card I wanted to talk about was this card, the Great Sphinx. I don't know why, again, like no one ever played this deck, or it was really terrible. It was a big thing with like the movie, and there was a lot of promotion and all that stuff, and like there's a little crappy like whatever 3-card packs that you got, which were a long time ago. But anyway, this, for some reason, this piece of crap is like $6. It's like 6 bones, quickly jumps to like 10, then 12, then 15 plus, and then there's only 3 pages. So I don't really know if you guys have this. Personally, I would sell it. I don't know. This is kind of a silly card. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Yu-Gi-Oh has been part of my life for almost 2 decades. I love everything about this game. I have Facebook. My link is going to be in the description below. Please feel free to add me, message me. I would love to talk about anything Yu-Gi-Oh with you guys. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.